Well, hello there. Carol Dockum here with Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network. I am so excited that you are here today for our virtual networking event. If you're new to Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network, we are an online chamber of commerce supporting women entrepreneurs, not just locally, nationally, but globally. Through programming and online events, in-person events. So our mission is to create really cool, unique events to market, promote, and connect women entrepreneurs. So thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm excited about introducing our host, the fabulous Brenda Aveyard. She is a speaker trainer coach, master business strategist, and sales coach for entrepreneurs. And she's also the founder of the Top Performance Business School. Brenda Aveyard is a successful entrepreneur and business professional who has extensive business experience and decades of her own personal success. Her expertise is in sales training, implementation, and leadership programs. Brenda has traveled all around the USA, training others to be successful in sales and in leadership. She focuses on prospecting, asking for the sale, and the often forgotten follow-up while guiding her clients to achieve their full sales potential. Please help me welcome the fabulous Brenda Aveyard.
I love to be introduced by Carol Dockum. It makes you feel like $1 million, girls. It's worth speaking or moderating an event. It just elevates you to a new level. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about referrals. It's a huge part of our businesses that a lot of us do not actually exercise. We're not consistent or persistent in actually asking for referrals. So we're going to talk about that. But what I'm going to ask you to do while we're in this session today, I'm going to give you my marketing message, 60-second commercial, whatever you want to call it. I call it a marketing message because that's how you market yourself to the world. And I'm going to go through mine and tell you what I do in my words. And then I'm going to ask each of you to, but I'm going to ask you to get out a pen and a piece of paper. I have one right here too, and our names are right on the screen. Write down the name and write down anybody you think you might be able to partner with on working together as far as a referral basis, or anyone that you have a perfect client or friend that has talked to you about needing that service that you can refer them to even now, knowing that they're a member of our group. So I'm going to start off by telling you, if you are an entrepreneur and you're working more hours than you think you should, and you're not making the money that you think you deserve to make, then I'm the person to talk to you. I help women concentrate on the money in their business and techniques and processes and procedures on how to create more revenue in your business and maintain your sanity and utilize other people to help you get to where you want to go. So I am Brenda Aveyard. I am absolutely not a boring business coach. And all my contact information is in the chat, and feel free. There's a link that you can schedule a call with me, or there's also a link in there for a business challenge call where you actually want me to help you find a solution for a challenge that you're having in your business. I love these calls. They're productive, and I'd love to have one with you. And then if you're watching this on YouTube or wherever Carol decides she's going to post it, you can always go to BrendaAveyard.com or agiftfrombrenda.com. So next we have, I'm going to take you as you appear on my screen, which may not be on yours. So Tammy, tell us about you for about 60 seconds.
Okay, my name's Tammy Watson. My business is BT electrolysis, which is hair removal. It's different from laser in that it's individual hair, and it can do any color and also any texture hair. So I was a pharmacist for 33 years. I recently went to cosmetic therapist school probably about 2 years ago, and I was doing it part-time. And then about 5 months ago, I quit my pharmacy job, and decided to do this full-time just for mental and health reasons, and low stress. and just for empowerment too. And so I'm just now starting, it's been about 5 months. I'm starting to really try to get my name out there. I knew sales and getting my name out there would be my hardest part because I'm an introvert by nature. So that has been the hardest thing, like setting it up, doing all that stuff. I've enjoyed, I've liked that. I like that business part of it. So I'm trying to really start to try to connect with people, try to do some networking, see what ideas they have as a way to get my name out there and to hopefully have a successful business.
Great. Thank you so much, Tammy. I liked it that you said you were an introvert because some of the best salespeople are introverts, and you don't think that probably yourself. But introverts can be really, really effective in sales because an introvert normally has better listening skills than an extrovert. And how do I know that? Because I am definitely an extrovert. And I really have to work on my skills of listening rather than my skills of talking. So it comes kind of natural to introverts. So you would be fun to really help with sales. So thank you so much, Tammy, for coming today. Okay, and the next person I see is Miss Natalie Reeder, who I know and share with everyone who you are, what you're doing. And I hope you took notes on Tammy because I noticed that she said, it works on all different colors of hair and blondes in many situations. Any type of hair removal doesn't work. Is that right, Tammy?
Yeah, right. Laser just it has to be dark hair. So that's electrolysis can do the blonde, the red, the white hairs.
First you're
Great.
blonde, then you're gray, then you're white. So you're always light. Okay. Natalie, tell us about you.
Oh, hello, everyone. Natalie Reeder, yes. I am education minded, focused, and purposed. Teaching was my former forte, but I've just now moved that to new circles as a wellness practitioner. Holistic, emphasizing on the W, meaning the whole from mind, body, and spirit. The idea that it's not just one piece, it's how they all come together. So during COVID, studied as a holistic health coach, became certified so that we better understand what those root causes are. Our world is great about symptoms and finding solutions that, everybody has a product, everybody has an answer, but trying to discern what's your best solution is the important part. I don't want you spending anything on anything unless it's exactly just for you. So I work really closely with you, with groups, things like that, to provide that information. I use different tools. There are a couple different evaluations that I use that help. It's not just what I think, it's truly about what your body and your symptoms tell me. So we put that into the hopper and we see what that tells us. So we get you your personalized solutions. I incorporate aromatherapy, different supplements, looking at nutrition, your movement, some of those emotional things that are going on in your world. All of that environmental stuff affects us just as much as the physical pieces. That's really where my passion is, that education space, and, finding people that aha moment. I love to see that sparkle going, I didn't know that, and then they've even become more of their own advocate. Recently added to my forte or my portfolio with wellness on the other side of things, serving those people in the population for insurance, specifically the Medicare space. It's important to be well and healthy, but then when we get to those places where you've earned that new coverage, let's help you make sure you implement those solutions that you want to live with into the kind of coverage you need to be able to continue that way. So it's helping people get through that process, the enrollment. As I tell people, please have an agent because it's a mire full of all kinds of changes, especially this year. But helping people identify the kinds of things that they need, how to figure out what kind of plan they need because of the health needs or way they want to live. So I like to bookend that with, I want you to be well and live well. And then I want to make sure you have the coverage you have to live your best life. So that's a little bit about me.
Thank you, Natalie. I've taken one of her evaluations. It's quite amazing what they show up. I mean, if you've never done it, it's quite amazing. So thanks. Glad you're here today. I was
Thank
happy
you.
to see you were coming.
Yeah.
Okay, and Morgan Hamer, is it Hamer?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about you. I haven't met you yet.
So I am just taking a look at this group right now, but I am based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And the reason it makes sense for me to even join you all based in Ohio is because I've created a virtual online platform to help empower women with the tools and resources necessary to identify and overcome the inner obstacles, the mindset blocks, and that kind of thing that are holding them back from living their best authentic life. So I've created a handful of online programs focused on teaching the art of manifesting, but really getting to the root of what's holding you back, and then offering as many resources as I can to help empower you to break through and really get those goals, make those dreams a reality. So my business is Morgan Manifest. You can find me at morganmanifest.com. I also have a YouTube channel. I bet you can guess the name of it. And yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, that's great. You know, a lot of people don't know about me as I was certified as a transformational life coach, and we studied a lot about transformation. And that's really interesting. I think you have quite a message to give to the world. So
And I feel like connecting with you would be great because you will offer some of the like more tangible things to help people level up professionally and with their business and whatnot. So I'd love to connect and learn more about what you offer.
So when we get finished today, please feel free to copy the chat, and then there's a link where you can schedule your #1 business challenge or a one-on-one with me. And because you and I would definitely do Zoom, we wouldn't be meeting in Tennessee for coffee, okay? Or maybe we would. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Morgan, and welcome. Welcome very much.
Thanks.
Carol, why don't you tell them a little bit about you? We know who you are, but tell us about some of the great things or how you got here.
Oh
Something,
my,
you have a lot of great fun things to share. Share something.
I do. I have a lot of fun things to share. I'm trying to think of which one to start with. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I am just passionate about bringing women together. Having lived around the world, Madrid, London, Moscow, Rome, internationally for probably over 15 years, and just loving meeting new people, culture, art, history, all of those wonderful things. And I think one of the biggest things that I learned about that international travel and experiencing the world beyond our local geographic location is that we all want the same things. I truly do believe as human beings and women in particular, we all want the same things, right? We want to be loved, appreciated, accepted, heard, and to be successful, right? So that because I truly believe that if we're successful as women entrepreneurs, we can impact not only our families, but our local communities, and our larger expanded world as well. So, which is why I created Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network. As a former Chamber of Commerce Executive Director, I saw the power of bringing people together through events, membership value, right? So you join your local Chamber of Commerce to support local businesses, your local economy, and that chamber works very, very hard for you, because I was that chamber executive director. But I also saw the limitations, right? There are, you know, there was a glass ceiling. I was the president. There was no more promotions, right? And I thought, gosh, I could make a bigger impact by creating an online chamber of commerce to support women in business through online programming, in-person events, and bringing the experts to the table like Brenda Aveyard, Tammy, Natalie, and Morgan, so that we can together as a collective, as a community, empower each other, support each other, learn from one another. Because as what I have discovered as a woman entrepreneur, is I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle together. You know, I'm not the expert in sales strategy. I'm not the finance expert. I am not all of these experts, right? But if I can surround myself with a team of experts, a success team, that's going to certainly elevate my business so that I am successful. And that's what this community is about. Thank you, Brenda.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you. And let me tell you, for those of you who haven't been around Carol for a long time, the best thing about Carol is every time you see her, she says, "Hello, beautiful." Now, how many people greet you that way? I mean, it's like people care more about they feel about you than they do what you know so many times. And it's really kind of nice to have someone who say, "Hello, beautiful." Makes me feel good anyway. Maybe it doesn't you guys, but it sure does for me. So I want to thank you, Carol, because this is a great group. Sometimes our greatest meetings are with the smallest groups because we really get to know each other. And I want to talk to you a little bit about missed revenue. A lot of people miss revenue by not creating referral sources. Now, referrals come in all different different ways. You have referrals from clients. You have referrals from people that you have partnered with. Like, for example, I may have a referral from a client that does my social media, or I know through social media, someone who designs websites, and they're working with someone who says, "My gosh, this lady is just saying, I'm not making any money, but I have to have a website to make money." And sometimes that can be in the very beginning of your business. The worst thing to do is to make a $10,000 website, because I guarantee your business is going to be totally different 1 year after you create it, because it will move and change in cycles as you learn to get your message across of what you really want to do. And sometimes you find what you really want to do is different than what you thought you wanted to do when you got started. And that's something, Morgan, I'd like to talk to you in a year about and see how you're thinking and what you're thinking about what your message is, because many times it changes and people have a $10,000 website and they could have had a landing page until they were sure and had everything put together. Not that it's bad if you have money to throw around, but I would invest that in something else to help me move my business in the beginning. But we don't ask for referrals. And I'm telling you, if you on your productivity and asking for referrals, how many of you score 50% or below?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, the hands come up, because consistency and persistency and follow-up is what causes us or allows us to make more money in our business, because we miss so many opportunities because we aren't organized in our thought process and we aren't utilizing every source that's available to us. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about referrals, and then we're going to go around and share. Give you a minute to think while I talk. We're going to go around. We're going to share who our ideal client is, what kind of results our clients get from working with us. And it's going to be a good exercise for you. And after we talk about it, we'll practice it. How does that sound? A little scary, a little exciting at the same time. Okay. So there's all different types of referrals, but basically we have to be able to ask for the referral. And that's where people fall short. They just don't ask. You can have a referral from a client who has worked with you. Have you ever thought of asking for a referral from someone who referred a client to you? And that would go something like, Carol Dockum refers me a client, which she has done before. So Carol refers me a client. I start working with that client. So even though I'm not working with Carol, I'm working with her client, and her client has told Carol, "Thank you for that introduction, because I am starting to make more money in my business, and I look at my business from an altogether different angle. So I understand how money's created, and I didn't even have that. I didn't even see that." And the reason I say that is because I signed a new client 6 months ago, and she had no idea what that looked her business look like from up here down, because she was so involved in being inside of her business. And her results have been phenomenal. I mean, the last 3 months, she's increased her business by $100,000 a month. But we don't see it the way it is. But if she's doing well with me and Carol referred her to me, I might call Carol or send her a text or send her a email saying, hey, Carol, it's Brenda. I want to thank you again for referring me to Mary. I always call everybody Mary, so then everybody's protected with privacy. But I want to thank you for referring Mary to me. I'll tell you something. She is doing great. And Carol says to me, oh my God, she has raved to me about how different she feels about her business. And I just say to Carol, hey, Carol, I am looking to update my referrals on my business page. And I would really love to have a referral from you. I'll send you an email that tells you exactly what I need. And if you could do that for me, I'd be eternally grateful. And I want to tell you also that one of my newer clients is from the Cincinnati area. And I just referred her to contact you to join Beautiful Faces Going Places. I especially told her about the event at Liberty Center. I think she'll really enjoy that. So Wind Down Wednesday. I just asked Carol for a referral, and Carol is not my client, but my client has told Carol that she's happy with me. So she can write me a referral, and I promote her business on my sites. And all she has to say is, I utilize Brenda in my networking. I refer clients to her because they tell me they're getting results. And I just want to say, if you know someone who's struggling in their business because they aren't making enough money right now, I would highly recommend that you refer them to Brenda because she gets results. How easy was that? It's just a conversation. And then I send her an email telling her what I like to have. I'd like to have your picture, use your name and your company name and contact information, because I want something to be in it for her too. And your referrals are going to be much better received if they don't have names like Mary S., Janet G. They want to see that it's a real person that's made the referral with a picture and with what they do, because if they can relate to that person or the results the person got or the results the referrals they made got, then they're more apt to refer to you more because you respect what they've done for you. So referrals come in, it's like in different outfits. We always relate to clothes. Referrals come in different outfits. Sometimes they're our clients, sometimes they're the people who refer us our client. And sometimes they're a business partner that we have. Say we work closely. I'm not a social media guru. I'm not a tech guru, but I surround myself by people who are, because I need their help. You're all different. I would say that Morgan probably knows more about technology in her right hand than I know in my whole body, because she's been raised on computers and I wasn't. So if you have something that you're not great at, surround yourself with people who are great at it. And when you have a problem, you just call. I mean, I could call Morgan and say, hey, I want to do something. I want to do an online something. I have no idea. Would you walk me through it? And she would probably say, oh, gosh, but I'd love to. But she might call me and say, hey, I'm not closing on my class. And I might be able to give her some recommendations. That's networking. That's building relationships. That's building know, like, and trust in the referral process. So we make a good team. So if she helps me, I might go to her website or to her Google page or wherever the places are you're supposed to go. And I might say, give her a referral and say, I met Morgan through networking and I had a challenge and I called her and she walked me right through that process, because technology is not my superpower. And I want to thank you for doing that, Morgan. And I encourage you, if you do have some challenges with, internet skills, or mainly, I learned so much in our conversation about actually manifesting things for me. So now I'm trying to manifest knowledge about online. So I'm getting smarter, and she's a great resource for you. So just actually call and have a call with her. You might find out that she can help you with your business, something like that in about a third of the words. But do you get the point that I'm making? That's how we build a network. That's how we network. There are great networking organizations. One of the most famous networking organizations is BNI, because they only have one person from each different category, and people join that and they do it. And they refer. They have a network where they're required to make referrals and all of this stuff. And it's a wonderful process. And I know that other coaches that I know across the country actually really utilize BNI. But they lost me with be there at 7:30 in the morning, because I don't do that. I don't do mornings like that.
Mhm.
Sorry, there isn't a referral that means that much to me. I'll go out and work harder to get it because I don't do that in the morning. But the neat thing, and I'm going to call you out again, Morgan, is she said she wanted to look at us because we're an online platform. And that's wonderful, because online platforms have grown, but they're starting to taper a little bit. And I think through aggressive programming and networking, you can find the people who need to do that manifesting. And we have another member that Carol can introduce you to who's great at manifesting also. So you meet people that have the same skill set you do. And why couldn't she's doing manifesting, and she finds out that a woman can't make any money in her business and she's working really hard. And she says, "Oh, I know the perfect person for you to talk to. I met her on an online networking." And she goes back to her saved chat and she copies my information and sends it to her. And she goes in and books an appointment with me. And all of a sudden I have a new client. You better believe if I'm a networker and I'm going to get a referral from somebody, I'm going to look really hard to find somebody to refer to her. And if I can't find somebody to refer to her, I'm going to go make a comment about how she referred to me. She's an equal opportunity referral partner. She referred me a client before I even thought about referring her one. Wouldn't you like to know more people like her? If so, give her a call. Here's her booking calendar. So it's all about what you want and how hard you're trying to get it. I like this. I have a new saying, and it is: consistency and persistency is my superpower. And I hope that it will become yours in regard to referrals, because you stand about a 67% chance of getting a referral to sign up to work with you if that's what they're interested in, because they like and know and trust the person that referred them to you. So it gives you instant credibility. Think about that for just a moment. Instant credibility. So, you have to think about the experience that you give people, whether you're presenting at something like this, or if you're talking at a meeting. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You have to give exceptional presentation, and you have to give exceptional service. And the highest compliment, one of the highest compliments, is to ask somebody to do a referral for you, because they know that they really have a high opinion of you, or they wouldn't ask you. So if anybody asks you, I would always receive gratefully. So if you want to talk to me and tell me about your business, and you can convince me that you're really good at it, I'd be glad to try to make a referral to you. But I have to know certain things about you. I have to know who your ideal client is, because if you're trying to serve anyone, I can serve anyone. If you're trying to serve anyone, you serve absolutely no one, because nobody wants to work with somebody who serves anyone, unless it's your veterinarian or your dentist, because they do serve anybody that has teeth. But you want to have a specialty. You want to be great at something. You want to be, already Tammy has said that she does electrolysis and it removes any kind of hair. Being a blue-eyed blonde, I never had any hope for the other stuff. But now she's opened up a whole new world for me to look at. So now I'm really interested in what she does. And Natalie, I know Natalie for a long time, and she has a really creative way of finding out how you can get holistic answers through a very short procedure that she does with you. So it's interesting. Take interest in what other people are doing in your networking circle, and that in return will raise their interest in what you're doing. And that's how the whole referral piece starts. So, we give first and then we receive later. So, I recommend that you do that. When you're asking for a referral from someone, whether it's someone who referred to you or someone who's worked with you, I'm going to give you some ideas of some questions. I got to check my time. Okay, I got 2 more minutes. Okay, some questions you might ask in your email to tell them no, this is what you want to do to get a survey of what somebody thinks about your business, because when we're networking or when we are having a one-on-one or whatever, I call this the unspoken perception. People are thinking things about us that we don't even realize that they're thinking about us, because we're not aware. We're really aware of what we're doing and what we're saying and how we're feeling, but we don't know what they're really thinking about us. So I'll give you a project that you can do when you go off the call. You can pick 2 people. Okay, you can pick 2 people. One is a person who's bought from you multiple times. They're A+ client. The other is a client who bought from you once. They never say anything bad about you. They were satisfied with what they had, but they never bought from you again. And tell them you're doing a survey about your customer service, and you would like, I want to improve my business, and I'd really like some honest feedback from you. And these are some examples of some questions you could ask. How is the customer service that you receive from me or my company? And you can have, a scale of 1 to 10, or you can have what percentage, whatever you want to do. I'm just trying to get your mind to think about things you want to know about your business that you're not going to go crazy over, okay? But you need that honest feedback. What was exceptional about your experience with me? Where could improvements be made? We always have room for improvement. Maybe it's something we're not even aware of, and we think, oh my God, I can't believe I don't do that. But how valuable can that be to you? Where could improvements be made? How was your experience with my product? How was your experience with my service? Was it exciting? Was it boring? Tell me exactly what it was. So, get some input, and you would have different questions about what you wanted if you're a service or a product-based business, but find out what people are thinking. Find out what the unknown perception is of you to other people. And you can even do a survey, you could do a survey like a, what's that thing you send? It goes out to everybody, and it's kind of a survey, not online, but I can't think of it. I'll think of it later. But, some way you could even poll, 10 people and compare the results of what you're getting. But you might learn that is a great referral person for you. And you might learn something that can turn your business completely around because someone tells you one little thing. So build the relationship before you want a referral. Sometimes give a referral as quickly as you can when you feel comfortable, because if you give the referral, they're going to be more motivated to give you one back. Follow up with the person, stay in touch, tag them on an article you see on LinkedIn, or if you see an article, online that you're reading, just copy the URL and just send it to them and say, hey, I thought you would love this article. I did that to a person I met at a networking meeting not too long ago, because they were talking about something in the senior industry, which my mother is going to be 96 in 6 weeks. So I read some of that stuff, and this person had talked to me about their senior mother, and I just took an article I was reading and clicked the link and sent it to her to read. And she sent me a note, said, that was so helpful. Thank you so much. I wasn't trying to get business from her. I was just trying to be nice. And sometimes being nice goes a long, long way. You know, engage in their work, ask them questions. Questions are your ticket to success in everything that you do that's related to sales is asking the right questions. So when you ask for a referral, send an email, a text, a phone call. Focus on your best customers first. Yeah, go for that low-hanging fruit. Get some good stuff out there about yourself. Make it easy for them to refer to you. A lot of times I will train somebody that I'm talking to about, they say they want to refer somebody and they say, I'll give you their name and phone number. I said, yeah, let's do that. But I would really appreciate if you'd actually do an email referral for me where you introduce me to them and they introduce, and them to me. And I can actually send you a template if you'd like, because then they get the connection between us because you can say something personal about me. Learn how to utilize tools to make it easy to refer for them to refer to you. You can do it if you can get up early, you can do BNI. If you like evening and afternoon events, you can do beautiful faces going places, even though there is a breakfast meeting in Cincinnati, way down there. I've only been a couple times because it's a long way for me to get up real early to go. And you tell I'm a night owl. So that's what I want to talk about right now. So we're going to go around the room, and what I'd like you to do is go back to your pencil and paper and write the person's name down. I want you to tell me who your ideal client is. And how we get to know who to refer is when we know who wants her services. So I will start and model it for you. And then I want each of you to share that. And then we'll talk about if we know somebody right now that might be a prospective contact for you, whether it's as a client or as somebody who can support you in your business as on a referral basis. So let's just start out with just a couple minutes, a minute is fine, to describe your ideal client. Now, I will tell you my ideal client is a female entrepreneur. She owns her own business. She's working in her business and she's working really hard, and her skills are really strong, and she's really great at giving great service to her clients, but she's not getting a financial reward in her business. And how do I know that? Because that was me when I first started my coaching business 8 years ago. And I know that I couldn't do it on my own. Most of us don't do it on our own. So if she's struggling, especially with revenue, I'm the person to refer her to. She also wakes up in the middle of the night and she worries about her business. If you broke it down, she's worrying about, what if I can't make more money? Where am I going to find my next client? How am I going to talk to that person? How am I going to make sure that they know that they need me? And I'm going to talk them through the questions that you ask. So if you know anybody like that is struggling and wants to do better, and you have the confidence that they can do it the best, that's my strongest referral. That's who I ask you to introduce me to, because she will be amazed at the money that she can start to make once she starts making different decisions. And probably my tip to you all would be that decision making is one of the most important things to do in your business. So think about how fast you can make a decision and get faster. So that's my ideal client. She may be a startup business. She may be a multi-six-figure business. She may be $1 million business, but it doesn't matter what her revenue is right now. She knows that she deserves more, and she's willing to make the changes in order to get where she wants to be. So that's my ideal client. Okay, I hope you took lots of notes. Because I'm going to do that. I'm going to take notes for you. So we're going to go backwards this time. Carol, you can go first.
All right. Oh my goodness. My ideal client is a female woman entrepreneur who is looking for visibility. They are looking for different, unique and different ways to market and promote their business, to get the word out there about who they are, what they do. And they may not have all those resources in hand or intact, or they don't know how. They're struggling with, how do I do this? Maybe they're afraid. Maybe they're a little bit intimidated to express themselves, get their face out into the world, their voice out in the world. So I'm looking for that woman entrepreneur that is looking for visibility and also education. They're stuck in their business. They're trying to figure out all of those success pieces to that success puzzle, whether it's marketing, social media, business strategy, mindset matters. They're missing that missing piece of the success puzzle. So those are the women entrepreneurs I'm looking for, because we have it all going on right here at Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network. And I'm looking for the speakers, trainers, coaches, and experts that are willing to and ready to raise their hand and show up in the world, online and in person, through events, and share their expertise so that they can empower these women entrepreneurs that are struggling, because there's no reason why we should go at this alone. Surround yourself with brilliance is my motto. So that is my ideal client. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, Morgan, I think I just sent you my information 5 times. It wasn't showing up in the chat, and it was just going to you as a private message. So anyway, my information's in there now. So Morgan, tell us, who is your ideal client? Who do we need to look for you?
So women who have been brave, taken big leaps of faith, done the work, go-getters, goal-getters, people who have invested in their dreams and have taken risks, but are still stuck at their current level. They're still craving a little bit more, and they know, that there's still room to grow, and they just need that extra community, that extra support, those extra resources to get even closer to their dream life. So
Okay.
not close to what you all are looking for, but not necessarily an entrepreneur. Sometimes I'll be working with somebody who is ready to make that leap, but needs that mindset work, that extra assistance to believe in themselves and invest in themselves.
I would imagine that a woman going through divorce, or a woman going through the loss of a family member, people who need to uplift themselves, would be great referrals to you. Do you think?
Oh, totally. But I never even really thought about that.
Yeah, that might be a great market for you, because, I've gone through a divorce. It does a lot to your happy. And, sometimes sometimes we need somebody to believe in us before we can believe in ourselves. And it
Well, I
looks like
think
you're the type.
rock bottom is a beautiful place to be, because the sky's the limit, and you're usually in a place where you're willing to do whatever it takes to get out of that position. So I feel like divorce often, unfortunately, is kindred to rock bottom. But anyway, great idea.
Yeah, great idea. Okay, good. Thank you for sharing that. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay, Tammy, tell us what your ideal client is, and if you're talking about your electrolysis or your Pilates.
It would
Or
be
one of
electrolysis. The best client, I think, would be a female who is fighting chin hair or lip hair, because that affects a lot with their quality of life. They feel embarrassed, or it takes a lot of time. Sometimes they're plucking like 15 or 20 minutes a day. So just the start of it helps to save that time, because then you don't pluck, and they know they're doing something about it. So it makes them feel better and helps their quality of life. So anyone who's embarrassed or feels like their life is being hindered by hair, mainly most people are bothered by it on the face, but also wherever. Mainly that's what is who usually comes to seek it out.
Great. And blondes everywhere. Get to know Tammy. Okay, thank you for sharing that. And Natalie, What you got, girl?
So let's see. On the wellness side of things, individuals that we might hear talk about something that continues to be a health issue, something that they just can't find the answer, to at least give them a resource to have some more information to decide. Half of the battle is saying, yes, I'm ready to do something about it. So finding individuals who are like, I gotta find an answer. So it's not everybody. It tends to be, I think of women, wives and moms tend to be the ones who struggle, step forward to try to do something for their loved ones. So perhaps some mom groups or things like that, where you can talk to people that are in those circles. Both the Medicare and the wellness space, looking at HR or employer benefits groups, where I can bring support to their workforce to help them make sure not only that they're eating right, sleeping right, but are their work jobs taking a hit on something of their wellness that they might need to be tuned into, that if they can support, I think of landscapers or construction people who are out in elements over long periods of time. You can eat and sleep right all day long, but if you're not taking care of hydration and some of those long hours and the stress of that, it takes a toll. So those kind of situations. As far as the Medicare space, looking for people in that 63, 64 age, usually by the time they're in that 62, 63, they're starting to think about, what am I going to do next? Either with the employer, helping them with those transitions, or individuals who are like, gee, I don't even know what to do. What do you mean Medicare? Well, don't you just sign up? So again, it's connecting with people that are looking for that next space, either combination of working or full retirement. So individuals, yes, but people that are in that 63, 62, 63 age group, or individuals that we keep hearing about are always talking about something that's tugging at their wellness. And then work groups, people that, financial advisors, people that work with people who have to deal with this. Financial advisors, we hear more and more with the cost of healthcare. It's becoming hard to afford taking care of ourselves. So if you work with financial planners who actually help working on like a health pot of money so that they can help support those wellness things beyond insurance. So a little long-winded there, but yeah. Sorry.
Okay, great. So we've heard exactly who people's ideal client is. So when you're doing a one-on-one with somebody, make sure you ask them with who that is. Who is your ideal client? Because you don't want to send a bunch of people who don't even know what they're going there for. So it's very specific that you make sure they understand and ask them questions. Remember, questions are your friend. So listen more, talk less. So does anyone have someone they think they may be able to refer to one of us on the call?
I just met somebody the other day who'd be great for Tammy. She's like, my husband keeps asking, why do I have a razor in my shower? And I tell him to just stop asking. That would be a perfect person to say, hey, I'm going to send you a name of somebody who can remove that razor from your shower and help you with exactly what we're all dealing with. Those little hairs of our chinny chin kind of thing that start popping up even on us.
Yeah, I mean, we just don't know. Hey, Carol, while I'm tying this up, they've changed with how you save text. Can you look at that to see if you can figure it out for us?
Sure.
Okay.
Just yeah.
Yeah, go ahead while I'm finishing up with them. But that would be a great, so, Tammy, did you put your information in the chat?
Yes, the name and then my website.
Okay,
has
can
all
they
the
schedule a call
information.
with you on your website?
The contact information.
Yeah, just go ahead and polish it up a little bit. Put your email address.
Yeah,
and then they can do an email introduction. That's a real easy thing to do. Okay, did anyone else think of someone? I mean, no, we don't know each other really well, but can you think of, it's identifying who you could refer to someone. It's like practicing, like maybe a little bit of manifesting, by talking. So, I don't know. Tammy, did you think of somebody that you know that might be interested in talking to someone in this group? You don't have to do it because you don't know us, but
Right.
just being able to identify who that person is. Okay, tell me, who is my ideal client?
For you, someone who is in a business, who wants more, who may be successful, but they feel like they can do a little bit better, or also someone who's in a business but struggling and worrying at night or hoping that they can do better. How are they going to pay the bills? An empowerment, somebody to empower them to make more money and to figure out where they need to improve their
Okay,
business.
Natalie, tell us about Morgan. Who's her ideal client?
Her ideal client is someone who is looking for finding that focus. What is it that I really want? And she has the tools to help them identify the pieces that they're going to need so that they can create that vision. Because until we have that vision, and sometimes we have lots of ideas, but I think she would be definitely somebody who could organize all those things that we'd love to do into that vision so we can be really focused on what it is we need to manifest. Because, you know, if we think about the wrong thing, we're going to miss the, we're going to miss the target. So that's what I gathered from her was, she'd be really good at being able to help people, hone in on or think of that camera, that focus of, what is it I'm supposed to be, what is it I'm supposed to be wanting? So.
Yeah, okay, because you can help with that. Is that a pretty good description, Morgan?
I love that that's what you took out of what I said, because you definitely read between the lines, but it's still accurate. So that's cool.
Yeah, okay. So it's interesting when you tell somebody, who your ideal client is and you're at a networking meeting, ask the person beside you when you get finished, who is my ideal client? What did you hear me say? Because it's really, really interesting to hear what somebody hears you say. Because I can remember in a networking meeting, there was a lady who she sat next to me in a speed networking event. And I asked her because she sat by me and we were having lunch. And I asked her 4 times what exactly she did and who was she looking for. After 4 times, I had no idea what she did or no idea who she worked with.
That used to be
And
me.
I listened the whole time. No, it wasn't you and Natalie. But
No, I said
I
used
mean,
to
I
be.
listened to her as she went around the thing. I was more interested in listening to her than I was doing what I was doing because I couldn't figure it out. So I said to her, here's my card. Schedule a call with me. I want to help you with your marketing message because I don't understand what you're talking about. She didn't know how to take that. So I saw her at the next meeting. She said, will you still talk to me about my marketing message? I said, well, I'd love to. I said, I know I can help you. She said, but I can't afford it. I said, I don't want any money. I just want to help you because I don't know what you do. I'm going to get it out of you, So sometimes you just give before you ever receive. And it all goes through this whole system of how we communicate and how we grow together. We don't do it alone. So we all need each other. And that's my message for today. Refer to someone, they'll refer back to you. And I hope this gives you some ideas on how to do it. And thank you for coming. It's been a really enjoyable hour for me today.
Brenda, you are
Great.
Yeah, this was
Thank you,
simply
Brenda.
amazing. Tammy, Natalie, Morgan, thank you. Thank you all for joining us here today. Thank you, Brenda Aveyard, for hosting today's virtual networking event. My biggest takeaway and message is to give first, receive later. And you are just absolutely amazing, Brenda. If you are our viewers out there catching the replay, please visit BrendaAveyard.com. Thank you so much. Everyone have an amazing, amazing week.
Okay,
Brenda.
thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.